Thank you for joining me for Takeaway Tuesday. We are going to be using some of the Joyful Days Memories and More card pack. My name is Tina Kverkich. I am Northern Stamper, and if you have any questions, I do hope you drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. Don't forget, there is still a great join offer going on for the month of October. You have the option of choosing $165 worth of product for only $48, or if you prefer, option number 2, choose $252 worth of product for only $135. Whichever one you choose, I would be thrilled to have you on my team. You could drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com and I will send you the link to join my team. If you have any questions about what to place in your starter kit, I am more than happy to help you. Now, for Takeaway Tuesday in October, as I said, we are using the Joyful Days Memories and More card pack. Now, these are fantastic. Now, you can use these for scrapbooking or card making. These are really quick. But what I'm going to be showing you are 2 alternatives using this today. Also, in your pack, you may have noticed there's a mix and match envelope and card base. You can use those if you like. There is one that's a garden green and one that's a crumb cake. Now, it's totally up to you if you want to use them, or you can go into your stash and get some old cardstock. I'm going to be using this old cardstock, and you're going to be cutting it, if you're going to do that, 8 1/2 by 6 1/4, and you just fold that in half, and that becomes your card base. Now, for the cards I'm going to be making today, I will be using this, but I will also show you what the card looks like if you did use the crumb cake card base, if you want to do that. So at the end, I will show you both cards. We're going to be making this out of some old retired cardstock I have. So let's get started on the first one. And I have my piece of cardstock, which is 8 1/2 by 6 1/4, and I'm going to be folding this in half. And this, we're going to be working as a portrait card. So I'm just going to line that up and make that as a portrait card, which means it is up and down. So let's get that. I'm going to flatten that out a little bit with my bone folder. And what I want to do is I'm going to be bringing in some of the Memories and More card items. And for this one, I'm going to be using these 2. So this one that says Christmas cheer with the edge around it, I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be cutting out the word Christmas cheer, but I'm going to be using this piece on another portion, like on this card. I am also going to be using this large piece with the trees. I think they are absolutely stunning. And what I need to do, because it's too big to fit on, I'm going to measure this, and I'm going to be cutting this portion off. And I just wanted to let you know what you're going to do is you're going to take this and cut at 4 1/4 inch. Okay, so that is the length that we're going to do across. So let's do that. I'm going to take that, cut my trees at 4 1/4. And that's going to be on the top, on the front of the card. Now, because this has some red, I can use this on the back. I'm going to use it on the top and the bottom, or just the top, and I'm going to add a little bit of design on it. Okay, so there we go. So what I want to do next, so I have this so it fits all the way across left and right. Okay, what I want to do is I need to cut this Christmas cheer out, and I'm actually just going to take it in the trimmer and cut. I'm going to eyeball it, and I'm going to cut it around, leaving some white space around. Don't discard these pieces because we will be using them for some of this card. I really want to focus on the large word of Christmas cheer. I think this looks really, really nice. Okay, so let's bring back in our card. Now this design is made so it goes very quickly, very easily, and you can use all of these memories in more card packs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece and I'm going to take these cutoffs and use it on the top here just like that. Now if you want, you can use that one or that piece that you cut off. You can use it on that. It is totally up to you. I don't know which one, but I think they work really well together. So I'm just going to use one of these and we're going to glue it to the top. Okay. And that already fits all the way across. That one does not. So you know what? I could use it and fit it across and just kind of put it in the middle. But I think I want to have the whole piece all the way across. Oh, that one doesn't fit either. So what I'm going to do is take this and mount it so it's roughly about the middle of the card. And it's even left and right. Okay, there we go. So that still looks really nice. There's a little bit on the left and the right. That's okay. And I'm going to put some along the bottom here too. Line that up. And this is just to give it a little bit of, you know, bring in that red piece. Okay. Oops, that's a little crooked. Let's fix that guy up. There we go. That looks really nice. I like that. So what we're going to do is we are going to glue this straight down onto this card. And I'm going to place it so it's roughly a little bit higher because I want to have my sentiment right about there. So I'm going to put it a little higher because I want to have enough space down here to add that Christmas cheer. See how that pops up? That looks really great. Now, if you have any ribbon or anything like that, you can add that behind. And let's take a look and see what we got. So I have some of this red ribbon. This is real red. Or I can use some of this gold. You know what? I think I'm going to use them both. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to place that behind that sentiment that says Christmas cheer. I'm going to place that on and just place my weave ribbon straight across on that. Now you don't have to do this if you don't have it. That's okay. I just want to add a little bit of I want to pop some design up in there. And I'm going to take a little bit of real red and have it peek out from behind that sentiment. Peek it out like that. Add some glue. There we go. And it's kind of just hidden behind that gold ribbon. Now I can do that for that side too. Let's get a little piece. We're going to pop it on there. And we're going to add some dimensionals to this for some height. Let's get that on there. Working with a little piece. All right, let's get some dimensionals and pop this up. As I said, very quick and easy cards. Easy to put together. But they look absolutely fantastic. We're going to pop that on there. I'm going to look in my stash for some old embellishments. Let's see what we got here. I got some old embellishments. I'm just going to pop those up here and there. You know, these, like I said, these are old. It doesn't matter. Take a look to see what you got that matches your card design. Now, wow, that came together really quick. I like the color. The retired color that I have here for the card base works really well, picks up the color of the trees. We can always add some glitter with some INKstella. Add them to the trees for some design there. There we go. And I'm going to let that dry. So I wanted to show you with the green. So this is with the green card base, but I wanted to show you if you used the crumb cake, looks really nice too. So it adds a little bit of a different design with the crumb cake card base. So there I used just regular cardstock to highlight behind there, and added a little piece here as opposed to here I put the ribbon. So I wanted to show you some difference between the two, and you can determine which one you want to do. So that is one of the cards that we are going to be doing today. Comment below and let me know which one do you prefer. Do you prefer the one with the green card base or the one with the crumb cake card base? I'm really curious on which one you would prefer. Comment below. Okay, let's get started on our next card. This is going to be a lot of fun. What we're going to be using are, we want to have 2 pieces of the Memories and More card pieces, which are about 3 inches by 4. I want you to get 2 of these, one with a really nice sentiment on it. It could be this one or Joyful Days. It is totally up to you. They both work really well. I'm going to be using this Merry Christmas one. What I want to do, I'm going to be looking for the next piece. So this one has a really nice design. I think it works really well. But in particular, what I want to do is when I turn it around, I want to have something that I can write on. So this has some nice lines, a little scoop there for a wreath, and this will work really well. So this in particular, I need to have something that has a good front and a really good back. So we can put it this way or this way. So I wanted to let you know we need at least 2 pieces like this. The next piece that we need is a large piece of Memories and More, and we're going to be trimming this and scoring it at different spots. So we are going to be starting with this large piece, okay? And what we want to do is we want to make some score lines because this is going to become a post to hold our card together. In particular, I want this to be the inside of the post. So what we're going to do is we are going to score it at 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, and 4.5 we are going to cut off. Okay, so those are the dimensions for this large piece. Now, which way does it go? You don't want it to go any higher than what the little wing pieces are going to be. So see the height, that fits absolutely perfect. So let's score these at 1 inch. Going to score it at 2 inches, at 3 inches, at 4 inches, and we are cutting off at 4.5. We're going to take this and maybe we can use that for something else later. So I have them all scored, and that is it for the trimmer. What I want to do is I'm going to fold these pieces back, and it's going to become a post. Okay? And I want to have this piece on the inside, okay? Because sometimes when you look through the post, you want to have a nice kind of like what you can see like that. That is what I want. I think I'm going to be seeing, so I'm going to place that on the outside so it goes all the way around. I'm going to get a piece of tear and tape, and I am going to be placing that tear and tape along this edge here, and it's going to go on the outside. So let's get our tear and tape on that post, that little half piece, that 1/2 inch that we have. We're just going to add that on the inside. Peel back the tear and tape. Now the tear and tape is very strong, so it'll hold. And I'm just going to fold it over and make a square. Now, what you could do before you place it down, to make sure it lays flat, you can lay it flat and down like that. So you want to have a square that goes flat all the way around. So there we go. Look, flat all the way around. Okay, so there is our post, right? And that's going to hold our card up. Now you notice where this seam is. This is very important. You're going to look for this seam that we closed up. We want to hide this. We don't want anybody to see that. So I'm going to make it nice and flat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Merry Christmas, that one piece, and I'm going to lay it on top, just like that. Okay, there we go. Got that like that. I'm going to lay it on top. And because I know this seam needs to be covered, I'm going to add some adhesive on there, line it up. So there is the fold line. I'm going to just miss that fold line a little bit and press it down. So there we go. You can see on the back side, there's that little red. Okay, there's the square like that. I'm going to make it flat again, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put that other piece that has that design on it right here on the back. So there you go. You can see it's just like that. Now, if you see this piece here, it has some writing on it. If you do not want to see that, look for some of the pieces that you may have cut off from other ones. So there we go. We could put a little bit of, can cut that down, and I think I'm going to do that in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece again, make it nice and straight, and just glue it down just like that. So there's the fold line. I'm missing it. I can put my sentiment in here. Now, I don't like that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Now, remember, this was 1 inch that we scored at. I just need to cut at 1 inch, so there's 1 inch. But what I'm going to do, not cut at 1 inch, I'm going to go down one little tiny well, I think it's 1/16 of a mark, just one little mark down, and I'm going to cut that. Okay, and the only reason I want that is so that it fits really nicely, and we're just going to cover that over. I could use that side, or I could use this side. It's totally up to you. I think I'm going to use that tree side, and I'm going to cover those words over. And 1/16 of a cutoff is going to be just enough. So there we go. It's like that. Okay, and I'm going to do that for this side too. I could do that. Maybe I'll do that. That one is a little bit too small, so I'm going to look for something else that I have that is a little scrap piece. Or let's take a look and see what we got. I know I got scrap pieces in here. I think I'm just going to use this, use the back of that. Maybe I can use the back of that. Again, just under 1 inch, or you can do the 1 full inch if you prefer. I'm just going to place that on top. I really just want to kind of hide that wording. Okay. And there we go. Line it up. And it will sit on its own. So now you can place it flat in an envelope and still have your message on there. Now, if you want to add a little bit more, you can add some ribbon, or if you want to go even further, you can add another wing onto that one. And so that as it turns, you can actually keep going. So there's that wing there. So I'm going to keep doing that. So I just wanted you to show that if you just wanted the 2 wings like this, that is okay. But I'm going to add another wing. I'm going to just kind of keep going. I want that. I'm going to line that up. There we go. Now I got 3. Now if you want to go more, you know what? Do you want to go more? We can do another wing. So it is all 4. Just make sure that when it sets down, that the card is flat. That's very important. So what I'm going to do is do another one on this side. Look, I can flip it around and just do that. So you can do 2 wings or 4 wings. It is totally up to you. So what I'm going to do is actually 4 wings, and I'm going to show you what the 2 wings look like. So there, it's nice and flat, and it fits in a envelope. Okay, so there we go. We got 2 spots for our sentiment. So that's one like that. You can also, like I said, do the one with only 2 wings. So there we go. That one sits nice and flat. This one sits nice and flat. There we go. We can turn it. And that's kind of an interesting kind of way to use some of these up. I think these are really good. All you can do, if you want, add some little embellishments on there, here and there, if you want. Easy to do. And this looks really fantastic. Like, why not? Let's just keep going. And you can decorate each wing that you want, or you could just leave it that way that you want. And these will fit in an envelope very easily. So just make sure that your little post folds flat as you turn it. Okay, so there you go. There's the back, and there's the back of that one. Very cool. I just love this design, and very cool. Let me know which one you prefer, whether you like the 4 wings or the 2 wings. Anyways, thank you for joining me for Takeaway Tuesday. I hope you liked the card designs for today. I had a lot of fun making them, and I will hope that you will join me next Takeaway Tuesday. If you have any questions, please drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com. I am here to help you with any questions that you may have. Takeaway Tuesday. I will see you next time. Have a great day.